Welcome y'all to the Reality or Not podcast with your boy DJ Reality and your boy Brian Clancy from Nothing New Under the Sun. What's good with you, Brian?
Hey man, I'm living life. I'm blessed and highly favored.
Oh man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's a great thing to hear.
Wait. Let me run that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blessed and impressed with the life God gave me. Gotta get that in.
All right, shoot. I mean, I'm chilling like a villain. Last name McMillan. How you feeling?
right. I'm gonna start trademarking that. Blessed and impressed with God. And being a Macmillan, I can say the same thing too. I'll be like, yo.
I love it. I was trying to see what could you make up with Clancy. I was like, I don't know, that they ain't got the same ring to it.
yeah, man. And it's so crazy because people be messing my last name up so bad. And I'll be like, it'd be Quincy, Clancy. You just get Clinicky. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, y'all just doing whatever.
I mean, I found out this interesting story. I think it was with I think it's all of, like, our grandfather. It's something like his name was misspelled on a birth certificate or something like that. So all of the Macmillans, for some reason, they put an I in it on it. I think it was his birth. It's either on his birth certificate or on grandma's birth certificate or something, that all of the kids ended up having an I in their name instead of just A-N. Yeah.
Hey, but yo, I found out. So when I was at GMI, there was a dude named McClincy. And I was like, dog, how you mix both my last names together, right? But then I found out that Clancy is Irish, and so is McMillan. It's both Irish. And I was like, dang, that's what's up. Like, it's crazy that both my names would come from Irish. But yeah.
Nah, man, shit. And they fucked somebody years ago and bloodied our muddied our pool, our family pool, whatever. Some slave owner fucked us over at one point in time and shit. So
which is crazy because, like, I keep telling people, like, I can hate who I am because of the slave owner being a part of my family, right? So, like, I thought about it and I was like, dang, that's some intense stuff. Like, just think about you being the slave's kid. You know what I'm saying? The slave's grandkid, and you getting heat from both sides, right? Because you're not black enough, you're not white enough, but then you still loved enough, right? And then to be boiled down into what we are today. And so, like I tell people all the time, I am what America is. You know what I'm saying? Like, people talk that talk, but really, the best thing that Western civilization has created is black people. Because they created a people that I ain't gonna say we lost our identity from Africa, but it was definitely changed. And then, like, when they injected a piece in there, and you just created a beast, right? You created a monster, and that's who we are. Black people, we make stuff hot.
So let me add this to the mix. You may feel this way, you may not feel this way. I don't like being called African American. I never have, and especially when I got to college, I was like, these Africans ain't really fucking with me like that. And I've always, like, abided by Black American or whatever, just because I felt like our future is so our past is so separated from where we're at right now. Even, parents, grandparents, and all that stuff, that, I mean, we can probably trace it back that far, but we're so, and not to say that we can't get it back, but I'm not even looking to go down that road, honestly. So,
I mean, on the other side of that, are they looking to connect? Are they so like Black Panther that movie kind of messed me up, because I always was thinking, like, I'm gonna get back to the motherland and we're gonna make the motherland the best thing ever, right? But then I got to thinking, I was like, yo, but they ain't never come get us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't never, like, if your family got split, if your brother was across the world,
somebody got away. Somebody got away.
Yeah. And then his kids should still be looking for their uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how we got separated to the point where, like, but then, you get to thinking maybe they wanted us gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe
that part. And I mean, I've seen. Look, I was talking about this as far as we in society, we find ways to segregate ourselves. And I feel like when I got to school, and don't get me wrong, I mean, it was some. I mean, I think everybody has their own little quip, but I noticed when I got to school, it was kind of like, well, we're from here, and it's like, and you're from Detroit, or you're from, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, are you talking down to it? I mean, because I look at it like this, right? It's almost like getting to the playoffs. Like you get to the playoffs, all the scores is 0-0. I mean, everybody has a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? But it was almost like they were treating. I felt like I was being treated as an 8 seed. You know what I'm saying? And they're the 1 seed coming out of the East and shit. And I'm like, hold on, like reel that back. Like we all seeing the same place. Like we all starting from ground zero to figure this shit out, right. But it's just, I don't know. It felt okay, but I do love the fact that even in college, like I learned other cultures, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it wasn't always, it was certain few that was like, I'm like, damn, y'all like, but then it was like, okay, I mean, it was like open competition for everything. I was like if I was messing around with somebody, like they didn't fuck with me because that's somebody that they liked. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can't fuck with you. I can't, like, cause a good portion of the engineering department was either, no, I mean, outside of US based, but were African and Indian. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I was like, well, like, hey, let's get together. Let's figure out this program. Like, nah, you do yours, I do mine. I'm like, all right, well, shit. I figured it out myself and shit, and I still got the chick. Like, so what? But it's just, go ahead.
I mean, it's so many things that we can't separate on, because I understand that big city versus little city stuff, right? Because like most when I went to school, my boys is from Detroit and Chicago, right? And I was like, man, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Detroit, like we stood our ground in Muskegon against Chicago and Detroit the whole time, because they were just trying to come in. And like I told my boy just the other day, I was like, man, y'all really messed up our women, because when Detroit dudes came over and they were selling dope and stuff, they was getting girls' hair done, getting nails done and stuff like that. And like we wouldn't on that. Like, and then the next thing we know, all the girls is going for them Detroit dudes is because they was paying, right? And I ain't mad. You pay for what you get, whatever. But at the same time, I felt like the way that we did it, we talked to them, and like, if you pay and we can get it for free, who win
it? Look, I mean, I ain't the one that's. I learned from Too Short and I learned from Snoop. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't mind dinners and stuff like that. And, somebody who I'm with, supporting them. But I don't know where this whole, you got to take care of me, I ain't go work type of shit came from. I've came from hardworking shit, double shifts, just to survive. So me out here just surviving doesn't include you. Like, we both need to survive together type of shit. Like, it ain't just we surviving off of one salary.
Man, that's the hard part, because like we grew up with mothers that worked and supported us in everything that we did, right? I ain't saying financially all the time. I'm just saying, like, they took care of the house. Like I tell people, you can't tell me nothing a woman can't do, because I seen my mom build walls. I seen my mom work at a foundry. I seen her do it. But I seen my aunt, like even with you, I seen my aunt take care of everybody. Her mom, everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me what a woman can't do. And like, to me,
it's what you want to do.
Standard. Yeah, and they set the standard. Like, there's all the women in my life. Like, you look at them, you just count them out. Hey, Alice, hey, Shirley, my mom, her sisters, Sharon. Like, they have all. I ain't gonna say ran. Yeah, they have all ran men, right? Like, they have always put men in positions to be a better person, and as they took care of everything. So it's very hard for me to sit around and see a woman do little and expect much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's difficult.
Now, look, I remember watching this 50 Cent interview, and he was talking about his grandfather, and like he was talking about how his grandfather used to give his mom or his grandma his check. And his logic behind it was he gave her the check so she wouldn't ask for no more than what I made. And I was like, damn, that's kind of so he gave her the check to handle all of the bills. So essentially, it's like, well, here's the money, here's all of it. You can take it, you know. So now you figure out. So if you go out and do some dumb shit, then just know you hurting the family. If you do what's supposed to be done, then just know that you got to operate within this kind of budget. You know, I think sometimes, well, I've noticed that people operate outside of their budget with your money. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. That ain't why we doing that? Like, you know, like that doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'm like, no, and you know, mind you, not working at times and stuff like that, and just kind of just doing it on your own. Like, I'm very cautious on, you know, who I, you know, like on my finances and stuff. I'm not gonna continuously put myself in debt just to, you know, impress someone. I was like, no, I was like, we're gonna think about this logically on what makes sense. Like, I'm not gonna do this thing and then that's gonna put me $1,500, $2,000 down. Then now I gotta make up that $1,500, $2,000, and I still got to turn around and still pay the mortgage and everything else. So it's like be kind. Like that 50 Cent reference or his grandfather, I thought that was a great. He was like, oh, he got the money, not do and make it work. You know, with all the, like he gave her all the bills and everything, and so it wasn't like he wasn't providing. He just told her, hey, this is what I make, and then go from there. And he said it was just a funny thing that his grandfather would just give her the check every time he got paid. I was like, that's an interesting way of thinking about it.
Yeah. Like you want that responsibility, go with that responsibility. But that kind of go directly into that topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
That topic that it's like talking about a problem and not fixing it. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because a lot of times in the situations where we're going at, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are people that, and I don't even know if it's just woman based or whatever, but or male or female based. But I have never sat down with my boy and just listened to his problem without giving some advice or asking some questions or diving deeper to see what's going on. Mm-hmm. Like, it seemed like women want you to sit and listen often. And like, we had that podcast with Latoya on there, and I said, look, I ain't that type of dude. I don't sit down and listen to problems without solutions. Yeah. I mean, I'm a problem solver. Like,
you're just talking. That's just like, I don't like to hear people just talk. But I mean, I get people voicing their frustrations, but just talking, like I told you, man, like nothing against my mom. I mean, I love my mom to death, but I was like, Mom, I don't want to hear about that same problem that you talked about to me like last time. Like you should have tried to figure out a way to fix it, or I can help you to fix it, whatever. But have resolution. I can't sit up here like it was funny. Terry Duke. I was talking to him before he was helping my mom out with her house, and I talked to both of them. I was like, Terry, that ain't what you want to do. It's go get on your nerves. She go get on your nerves. You ain't gonna want to do it. I was like, Ma, this ain't what you want to do. Like, he ain't gonna be able to do it the way that you want it done, and you just go get mad and upset. Like I said, I ain't Nostradamus or anything like that, but I mean, it literally went down the path of, because she had told him like he could park his trailer once he cleaned off the yard. And I was like, bro, you gonna be cleaned off the yard. It ain't gonna never be enough. And then it's gonna be like, why is your trailer out? She said something the other day about him not coming back till 1:00 or something. I was like, yo, he's a fucking grown man. Terry's older than us. Terry's in his 50s.
Yeah.
Because I know we 48. Oh, you 49, but 48. But so Terry gotta be
54. 54? Because Lance them is 50, 51, 52.
Yeah, I want to say they 51, 52. Tina is 48. She's 55. So I'm like, I think he might be a year under. So I'm like, yo, why does this nigga gotta come home at a certain he's fucking
but you put yourself in that position.
He's on a grown ass. He's a grown ass man on the other side of the mountain, like going like his good days are past him. Like it's just, it's just like, bro, like you telling him when he got to be home, like
his golden years,
right?
But she telling him he got to be at home. Man, okay, that's wild. So why was she to the trailer? Was she saying home to his trailer?
Yeah, not coming to house like to his trailer. He had like a trailer and shit that he's hooking up.
That's wild. But I am of the matter of you. I have foresight, and I see like even with my sister and my mother, like they butt heads and everything's gonna be a problem eventually. So I just told my mom, I was like, yo, why do you keep hiring them to do stuff if you get mad at the quality of work or how they quickly try to get, try to finesse some money out of you, right? And I'm gonna tell you, it's like, you ever send somebody to the store to get something and then they try to use up your change and like you don't get your change back and you be like, yo, that should have came with some money. And then when you start pulling receipts, they start acting like you bothering them.
Or loaning someone some money and they're supposed to give it back to you on a certain day, and then you're bothering them when you ask for your money back after the date that they were supposed to give it back to you.
Right. Where does that work at? Like where does that work at? But I'm gonna say this: all this stuff goes back to that number one rule when speaking, right? Know your audience, right? Mm-hmm. So if you and that's kind of what I was getting with Latoya. I was like, hey, if my audience knows me, they know that they just not gonna sit up here and tell me problems and me not trying to figure something out. That's just who I am. I'm like, hey, that can be fixed because anything can be fixed. Is how much you're willing to do it, and how much you're willing to put that work in, right?
Yeah.
And so like, if I come to Shantae and I'm like, man, like, I'm looking at my financials. I don't see where I'm gonna come up with my mortgage this month, right? Mm-hmm. Shantae, like, your first thing is what?
I'm looking at your finances. I'm like, what are you spending money on? Like that literally happened with me and L like this past week. Like literally, hey, we're whiteboarding. What are you spending money on per month to be able to get to? Because you said your mortgage, like to be able to get to your mortgage, and if you're not cutting something out, or lessening something that you're paying, you're not going to get there.
Yeah, it's two ways to make money. I tell people all the time. It's two ways to make money. You're saving more money, like looking at your usage and stuff, or like your cell phone. Everybody don't need to have unlimited plan. If you can deal with a plan, if you mostly at home on Wi-Fi and you can deal with one of these $15, $20 plans versus paying $100 a month for your phone, like that's. So I tell people all the time, I pay my cell phone yearly, and it's like yearly. I was like, yeah, and I pay $100. I think this time I paid $128 for the whole year. And they're like, for a whole year, you don't get no data. I was like, hey, it's unlimited data, but it's only the first 10 gigs is high speed. I don't really care because I'm not one of those people that use a lot of data on the phone. Like when I want to use my phone, when I want to use a lot of data, I'm connected to Wi-Fi, right? But I say, look at that. I could spend $110 a month on my cell phone bill, but like if I think about it, if I only spend $128 for my cell phone for the whole year, that's $12. That's basically $10 a month, right?
Yeah, it's $100. You saving $1,200 a month.
Yeah,
no, $1,200 a year. I mean,
yeah, $1,200 a year. Because basically, I go from $110 a month to $12. Yeah. So that stuff could be reallocated. Then the other thing is make more money. Like I've been on this YouTube stuff and like seeing these young people in the side hustles there's so many things that people doing out here, like these balloon things where people go and do balloons, like arches and stuff like that. They got so many of these things where you can go and make some money. Like I'm starting this table and chair renting place where you can rent my tent and chairs and tables because I bought some tables for a get together and I still got them. And I'm like, yo, I can rent these out and make some money on top of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many ways you can make some money. So like get on YouTube and say, hey, how can I make $10,000 in a month? And you'll be surprised at what you can see. But it's gonna take work and resources. I'm not gonna say nothing is easy. It all looks easy. You just gotta show up.
So with that, I mean, we can kind of, and then we go back to the topic, but why can't everybody do this? And like I said, you don't have the answer for it, but I know that, I mean, dog, in my job, I mean, or in the things I do on a daily basis, I probably use ChatGPT more than ever now. Like I gave up and went on to pay for it.
That was a week, dude.
I was like, you know what? I use the fuck out of this shit, and this shit is extremely beneficial. Setting up emails for work. I'm talking about like literally just chat GBT in my ass off and making it, I mean, it's doing the work, it's doing what I wanted to do, and then I'm working within it to make sure that it matches what I want it to be. And I'm like, man, if this is making my job so much easier. You know what I'm saying? I'm not creating worthless documentation. And I mean, because it's funny, when I started, I created this PowerPoint and I presented, I was like, okay, we worked through this, da 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 da. And then a manager was like, yeah, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. Yo, this is kind of the path we want to go. And then I was talking to another PM or the head PM, and then he had because what I was going to do, I was going to present that to the rest of the team. And then he was like, well, let's use this one. I already got this one together. It's kind of, already have its format and stuff like that for what we're trying to do. I was like, cool. Like, I mean, it wasn't like I spent hours upon hours setting up that PowerPoint. I literally just plugged in what I wanted to say and how I wanted to do it. And it wasn't like I had to come up with the actual plan. I was just more so like, okay, I need a PowerPoint presentation that shows this process to this process for the period of 6 months. And I need a Gantt chart associated to it. Created a fucking 7-page presentation with the Gantt chart
and everything.
Huh?
With icons and anything, images.
Yep. Yep.
That's what's up.
I mean, I had to make it a little bit sexier, but that was just. I mean, it had all the PowerPoint stuff in there. Like, but I'm saying, like, even I was like, well, can you add some different icons? Like, I had to add the icons too. Like, I didn't have to go and search the icons and all that stuff. I was like, put it in this format, blah 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 blah. Boom. So even when we didn't use it, I was like, no dirt off my shoulder. Yeah. Shit, I didn't invest in it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just saying in general, like, why is it that we can't utilize? And like I said, if I had only reason I went on to pay for it, honestly, was because I got to that 5. They give you like 5 limit or something like that, and I was like, I can't wait to 8/12 or tomorrow to look at this shit. I was like, man, I paid a little 20, and like I said, I utilize it like a motherfucker. Like I said, I'm not using it, with haste. I'm using it to make
it's a tool. It's a tool. It's a tool. You use it as a tool. I'm gonna go back to your original question. Why can't everybody do this? Everybody and anybody is doing that. Like I see these people hustling, and that's why I be having this disconnect. That's why I was talking to L last week. I'm like, I see some people taking this to the next level, right? So I'm in the market to do. So my phone rings an average of 38 times a day, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, now a lot of that is fluff. A lot of that is people trying to call me for business. people try to call me. I sign up for some type of list, and then they just keep signing, be ringing the phone off, right? So then I started building uh, AI receptionist that knows my business, that can set up appointments and stuff for me, right? And I'm like, boom, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this. Man, I started looking at that cost, and like I think is for every start looking at that cost. I was like, hey, it's got to be a better way to do this. But started looking at the cost, and so the cost is I pay for time on the phone. So I think it's like 100 minutes. It's like 100 minutes is like uh, I want to say $28. But then the responses to the AI responses that I'm working on, and if anybody ever thinking about checking this stuff out, they call workflows, AI workflows, and I use an open source one called NAN, and it's really dope. But it's I look at it right now and it's not practical. But there is other things that I can do to make it a little bit like I think that I can figure out to make it a little bit cheap. I might mix this up with a a Google Voice number and see how that works.
Okay, let me potentially rephrase this question, because it's little things like you're mentioning. And I say that like I don't want to just be a chat GBT conversation, but I'm saying, why aren't people using these tools and these things available to them to better themselves or get themselves opportunities? And I say that as an example. Here's an example. Somebody will tell me I don't have a resume, or I have to update my resume. And I'm like, you can literally talk in these AI tools to say, hey, create me a resume. Hell, honestly, my shit, I'll go on LinkedIn, look at somebody's role that's the same as mine or similar to mine or something that I want to do, and cater and say, okay, you had like, and just put all of the information in the
prompt.
Yeah, and say create a resume based off of the information that I put in here, and then pluck and take whatever's not true out of it. So I don't understand how people like. And so I was talking about this the other day, which is crazy, that I probably only watch. Well, I have cable somewhere. I don't even know how to get to it. But I mean, but it's not like a larger plan. Like it's maybe $20. Like I had to get cable to go with the internet package. The internet package is more than anything. But I say that to say I don't watch regular TV. Everything I watch is pretty much on streaming. But then I start to think like, well, what is society doing right now? Like I was like, damn, I don't even have a DVD player in the house, or I don't have a CD player in the car, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure some other people have a DVD player where they watch DVDs still. I don't want to say CD player because everybody got their phone, but
I still got CD players in my cars.
I don't have one in none. I mean, I only got one car, but yeah. But like when I bought the Jeep, my reservation was to not buy it because it didn't have a CD player in it. Only reservation. Literally the only reservation. Everything else was perfect. Literally, I was like, but I'm used to a CD player. But shit, it started to be more effort for me with CDs than it was to actually just have it to Apple Music or Spotify or whatever you use. I mean, because I would like, I think the first computer, or the computer that I have now, is the first computer that I've had that didn't have a DVD drive in it or a DVD burner. I mean, because what I would do is I would buy, because ain't nobody buying no CDs no more, but I would buy a CD, rip it, load it into iTunes, and then it just be in a case somewhere after that. And I was like, or I could just pay $10.99 a month and listen to all the music I want to listen to ever, and go from there. Shit, nigga, I remember one time I was outside of what's the name of the burger place here in Atlanta? The vegan place, Slutty Vegan. I was outside of Slutty Vegan, and this lady, she was out there and she was selling MP3s, and I was like,
thumb drives?
Huh?
She was doing it on thumb drives?
No, she was she was like, cash at me. I'll tell you where to go and get the album. And I'm like, but if it's on Apple Music, I could just find your music. And I don't care to go and find. Okay, another example. My guy, he was like, he's an artist, still an artist to this day. He was like, hey, go to Apple Music and buy my CD. And I was just like, well, why don't I just give you the money? Because I think it was like $10 or $9.99 or something like that. I was like, why don't I just give you the $10? And he didn't want the $10. He wanted the sale on Apple Music. I was like, that's what, like, the selling out of the trunks and stuff like that. Like, I would rather sell it out the trunk and get all of it than to sell it on your platform and get pennies on the dollar.
Well, I think it's all about analytics over that, though, right? I think the analytics have caught up with people, and I tell people all the time, the transaction is not the data behind the transaction is more important than the transaction now. So, like, that's why you see.
I want Too Short, E40, Master P, all them niggas that was selling music out of their trunk. They got way more money and have been way more successful than all of these niggas, especially now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, hell, Master P repackaged everybody's CD and then had an 80-20 split with the distribution. Like,
with the distribution, right?
Yeah. He had already sold it. He had already moved up and down California, Southwest, all that stuff, selling the music. So it's just, would you rather have the analytical part of having one unit sold, or would you rather have the $10 in hand? I was like, I'd rather have the $10 in hand.
Yeah, but cash is dirty now. Like, cash is kind of bad because, like, now they the FBI gets you if you do anything more than $8,000. If you bring anytime you do a transaction more than $8,000 in cash, the FBI has to be alerted, which is crazy to me. If it's ACH where they can get you for wire fraud, they already know where the money came from and how it was going anyway. But if somebody comes to me, and I had to go through this with my business, and I was like, it was like, if I spend more than $8,000, then they have to do at the bank. If you deposit more than $8,000 to $10,000, it might be $10,000 at the bank. Mm-hmm. They are sending something to the FBI. They're sending something to the Treasury to let them know that you deposited more. If you spread that out over 2 days, it won't get caught. But if you do it at 1 day, it definitely get caught. And I say this to say that amassing cash in the street gets you looked at a different way. But that's because of the way that we are doing business now. We're doing business so digitally, right? They want to know where the money coming out, where the money flowing. And it's a lot easier to audit the system when it's cashless.
So I'll flip that a little bit and just say, I don't think Too Short, E40, or Master P was worried about reporting anything to the government.
I mean, they was getting paid while they was creating a buzz too, right? They was getting paid like you actually getting paid. But I mean, it's a different. And so, like, let's talk about the model shift, right? The model shift for music was you sell music, people listen to it, and they'll buy your next album, right? Mm-hmm. They'll buy your next album. Now the model for music is you stream it. You try to get as many streams as possible without getting a record deal, and then leverage that to get a record deal.
It don't make sense to get a record deal anymore, though.
To some, It does, because if you don't want to be a one man team, right?
No. I mean, it makes sense
want...
for to have the exposure, but you can get that exposure at this point in time. I mean, look, working for the record label and like when it was the whole CDs and stuff like that, I get it because you were actually going to record stores or mom and pop stores and buying CDs. But I mean, honestly, the way that music, at least for me, gets that I know about something, it's either I'm looking at the Apple Music new songs of the week, or I hear somebody mention the artist and I'm like, oh, let me check them out. They seem cool. Or I hear it on the radio. So like
when do you get a chance to listen to radio?
I listen to radio every morning.
Really?
Yeah. I listen to
so you don't listen to talk shows, or you listen to the actual radio?
I listen to Breakfast Club every morning.
Okay, I listen to the Breakfast Club, but I guess
every single morning.
I watch the videos. I don't really listen to.
I listen every single morning. I listen to the I listen to what you call it, the news with what's her Lauren LaRosa at 7:56. I listen to Donkey of the Day at 8:05. Like literally, I listen to the Donkey of the Day again at 9:24. I listen to the mix of the day at 9 o'clock. Like literally listen to the radio all the way to like 9:30.
So that means you heard Donnie Simpson on there.
Well, no, I don't like to listen to, because I don't like the commercials. So I watch their interviews on YouTube. Okay, but so, they post them a day later anyway. So when they play them on the radio, they've recorded that the day before, and it posts live on YouTube the same day. So I usually listen to it on YouTube. So
so Donnie Simpson had a great point. He was like, "Yo, the radios are programmed out." Because I worked at Magic 108 for a little while, and I got see how that worked a little bit. But now the radio stations have everything programmed. DJs don't get to play what they want to play no more.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible. Like you would literally. I remember one point, but what's the name did say, I was listening to Envy. He said he get to, like in his People's Choice mix, he get to do stuff. But other than that, like you just go hear residuals. You go hear. I remember I used to hear Snooze every morning. Like I used to. What's her name? What's the chick? Yeah, I used to hear that every morning at 7:58 when they transitioned from. It used to be the Mess with Jess, but when they used to transition the news from her to Donkey of the Day at 8:04, but not literally Snoop. And then now you hear Kendrick and with the Luther joint like all the time. Like it's definitely programmed.
I mean, but back in the day, that's why I used to love going to New York to listen to the radio, because
I used to love New York.
It was so fresh. It was so fresh. And now it's like it's backwards. Stuff get hot in the middle of the country, and then you got to prove yourself to get on the radio. Because I remember the first time hearing what's the little lady name out of Memphis?
Glorilla?
745.
Yeah.
And I was just like, who is this little girl? But I loved her energy on it, right? And if you get a chance, you got to listen to Donnie Simpson. Being a DJ and loving music, like I realized I don't love music as much as I used to, because now.
Oh, we all lost a love for it. I mean, I still love it, but like, there's no. It used to be. Oh, I heard it. Like I used to, like from Beat Street, I used to buy records all the time of like underground, mainstream, and all that stuff, and I used to like kind of. Not necessarily blend it all together, but I would find a way, like, say, I'm trying to think like 98, 99. Like, remember Pharrell Munch, Simon Says. Like, I thought that was like a great song. And that ended up being like it was working in the club or working on the radio. You remember that? Get the fuck up. Simon Says, get the fuck up. Throw your hands in the sky. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm talking about? No,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it was just like, it was good to hear stuff, like especially when it was like out of New York of like I heard it on like hip hop site, and I was like, and that's where I used to get all my records from. Is either hip hop site or I grab them from Beat Street, and but hip hop site used to let you listen to it before you purchased it or whatever.
They had that
Real audio.
Real audio
Real audio was my shit, man. Like Nigga, Real Audio was it WinMX, I think? Yeah, I used to have all them hoes. Like Real Audio was my shit though. I still remember to this day when I first heard Biggie what's the shit for his second album, his first single where he was on the boat.
Hypnotized.
Yeah, Hypnotized. When I first heard that, nigga, I ordered that shit right away or whatever. Like shit, I still remember hearing that was probably like one of the last records that I bought. But I still remember getting the 50 Cent in the club. Yeah, I remember first hearing that on there, and I was like, "Oh, this shit about to be a monster."
Nope, shorty. It's your birthday.
Yeah, that shit was a fuck. Look, I still have my I remember ordering, and that was when stuff used to be kind of like it came with I still have my when I if you ordered the record from hip hop site, then you got it had a promo 50 Cent because I still got the shirt. I still got the shirt to this day. It says used to be the man. What do you say? Used to be the man in high school.
Yeah, now you just.
Yeah, I still got that same. I still got that T-shirt somewhere around here. Whatever.
That was Wankster.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you never caught. Yeah.
I'm gonna find this shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna wear it next podcast. I literally got that shirt sitting somewhere. But no, I love I used to love when they used to entice you to buy music and things like that. That's why I said I lost a little bit of love for it. I was listening to, and I'm finding out music from other media streams now. I was listening to the Wale, and then I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But then I was listening to Jeff Teague had mentioned that he liked Belly Gang Cushington. So then I start listening to this dude, and I actually love the whole album, even though it's crazy what an album is right now. Because his album is
6 songs.
His album is 34 minutes. And it's probably he released a deluxe version and he released a regular version. And on the regular version, it's 34 minutes and it probably got 12 or 13 tracks on. I'm like, God damn.
Oh, 2-minute songs? Yeah.
Huh?
I said 2-minute songs. That's the norm now.
Just a verse and a hook.
Yeah.
But yeah, Belly Gang Cushington, man. I fuck with his music, man. I'm like, okay,
I don't know that nigga.
Nah, look, and you wouldn't even think he a nigga either. His pops is black and his mom is white. And in the beginning of the album, he's like, the chick, she's like, is you black or white? Literally, that's the question. Is he black? I mean, he black or he mixed or whatever. But but that nigga say nigga way more than I've heard a nigga say nigga ever. The nigga starts every song out, nigga. And nigga, I was like, and me trying to get past he looks white, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm listening. I'm like, okay, he proving that he ain't a nigga. He proving that he ain't a white dude. He's like, if y'all ain't gonna believe I'm a nigga, then I'm gonna let y'all know every song that I'm a nigga. I was like, God damn, this nigga say nigga more than any nigga I ever know.
Yeah, but what was the other dude from New York that he was real he's one of them. I thought he was a backpack rapper, but he looks white, but his dad is black.
Oh, you talking about
because he was beefing with Charlamagne.
Talking about Logic?
Yeah, Logic. Yeah,
I fucks with Logic. I used to like Logic. First album was one of my favorite. I could put that in my top 20, top 30 albums. That album was just a great listen. But no, for Charlamagne would fuck. Charlamagne has gotten a lot better. If you ever pay attention, Charlamagne used to be very aggressive, and I don't know if it was by design, but it felt like he was literally trying to piss people off. And he's way better now. Yeah, no, I mean, but he's way better now as far as what he used to be back then. Because I mean, that nigga was I remember, but he wasn't gonna do nothing. But I remember, what's my man from Onyx?
Fat Star. Yeah. It was but they just had an interview with. It was you get the people that look like Charlamagne, and I like his comedy, but sometimes he just take it too far.
He takes it too far.
He act like his opinion is the only opinion that matters, and sometimes he passes off opinion as fact too.
Yeah. Nah, look. I feel like he's automatically contradictory, and I don't like that. Envy say something, and then he'll say something, and then Emmy be like, "But that's what I said. Like, what are you talking about?" Like he was like, I mean, like almost arguing for the sake of arguing. But but I wasn't really worried with him and Fredro, but nigga Benny Siegel, nigga, like I was like,
no, it was another guest in there that wouldn't look at him because they was like, no, I don't rock with this dude. Like,
no, Beanie was in there. I look, not to say that's how all Philly niggas is, but man, like Beanie had me. I was like, man, Beanie go catch this dude outside of the studio and just do whatever. But I'm trying to think of you talking about, because I remember all of the I remember they was talking about he made old girl cry.
The African chick, the one that he said something about light skin.
No, not her. Even though that shit kind of fucked up her career. It's about Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler.
Yeah, he kind of fucked up her. But all she had to do is say, because she was like, that whole debate was about her being colored and being okay with that term. And people say that hurt her career. I was like, yo, like, look, that's what a publicist is for. You supposed to be like, she literally stopped and said, "Can I answer that?"
She looked at her people. She looked at her people like, y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Like, but that's when I think, and I'm gonna get around to just exactly how you deal with somebody like that, because we all got those people. It's one in every, like, I ain't gonna say one in every hood, but like it's always that one dude that always got something to say. You just like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like Charlamagne, the way that when he asked her that question, I just would have been like, yeah, it's a done deal. It's a open situation, and like people just keep blowing it up. Like I think with him and Logic, because Logic, he asked Logic about something, and I was like, yo, what in the grand scheme, then what does it matter? Because because he's just always trying to get that little joke in or that little jab.
People be trying to have the perfect answer or the perfect response, whereas you can literally say, I ain't talking about that right now. And that'd be the end of it. People don't realize like the power that they have with no comment, or I don't really want, like, you'll see some people that I don't really want to delve into that because that doesn't have anything to do with this album that I'm releasing this Friday, November 19th.
Right. Yeah, you just got to pivot back around to the conversation making sense for you, dog.
Yeah.
Because it don't make sense to be talking about some stuff like President Trump just did that actually when he got the mayor-elect of New York, which is he says he's a social Democrat, a socialist Democrat, and he met with President Trump. And President Trump, the press was like, "Hey, you call this dude a tyrant? What do you think about it?" He's like, President Trump was like, "Hey, I can be that." I stepped in. I was like, "Yeah, it's okay." Like, you know what I'm saying? That was super weird. But yeah, you just like, at the end of the day, I'm here, I'm working. Let's get back to regular scheduled programming, because Charlamagne be trying to throw the stuff away.
Yeah, no, look, I fucks with Charlamagne. I fuck with Jess. Like, even though I like with Lauren, I feel like when Jess was out, Lauren came in and just like, if anybody could have been replaced, it could have been Jess. Like, they wouldn't have did it for optics, but Lauren came in and just like, because her, like, Lauren, and this is why I fucks with Jess now. I feel like Lauren made Jess step up. Because Jess was just talking, and Lauren was like, no, you need the receipts. You need all of this shit. You got da-da-da-da. This is why this is da-da-da-da. And one time she was talking, she's like, yeah, and I called the FBI. And I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker is calling an FBI. Like a check as a source and shit. Yeah. I'm like, because I think it might have been, the what's her man?
She called the FBI about Puffy. About
but it was about that, but then it was what's a man out in from Chicago who got locked
Dirk.
Yeah. So she was like, the FBI, da 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 da. I'm like, damn, like, but she really knows her sources. But she used to work for TMZ, so I mean, I get it.
Yeah, and I think Jess just looked at this as a way where she could be funny and be on the radio.
Yeah, put her comedy and shit.
Yeah, but like Lauren, it's really entertainment business for her, and so like that's what I get out of Lauren, and like you said, I rock with her.
Mm,
I think the Breakfast Club as a whole is good for the culture because they put a lot of different people in that seat, and I'll be
mm,
like that. And I'll just say this: Donnie Simpson interview was like a whole vibe to me because
mm.
I didn't know he was 15 doing a radio station in Detroit, and
I
then
didn't
he
know
got
that. I need to go back. I
yeah
need to go and listen. I haven't had the
yeah
chance to listen to it yet.
yeah, and so like everybody got a awesome Prince story, and he got a good Prince story, so I won't
No,
force
I'm
fix
gonna
that.
check it out. I'm gonna check it out today.
Yeah,
But
yeah, but then let's go back to that topic though. So like with one of the topics that we had today is being rejected but coming back for more,
mm-hmm,
and I think when I think the job of the third person. I'm glad they mixing it up with four people. So if any one person is out, it still feel like it flows pretty good
mm-hmm,
with the Breakfast Club.
mm-hmm.
But how do you like? In what situation do you look at life and say, "Hey, I've been rejected, but I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do this again."
Oh, for me, man, I just don't. I just don't give up. I don't like to hear no. And I say that as in I come back bigger and better. Like I'm like the Chris Rock shit or bigger and blacker and shit. Like
Yeah, bigger.
I literally feel like I have to, not that I'm like Jordan where he create ops on his own, but like I feel like there's ops out there that don't want to see me successful. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stun on you. I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna do this. And I mean, it's the whole was that Chris? I think it might have been Chris Rock that had said it. He said I think it was him, but he had said, well, one of the comedians said it. He said, what did Elmer Fudd hate the most from Bugs Bunny? And he was saying like, he would drop anvils on his head, he would shoot him in the face. He's like, but the thing that he hate most about him is when he kissed him in the mouth. And I was like, you know what? I'm a shine on all these niggas. Like I just really feel like, oh, okay, cool. Well, this ain't okay. Now I'm gonna go and get it a different way. Like, oh, you told me no. Like, okay, I'm gonna get all these yeses over here. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be showing them in their face or as far as the rejection, but at the same time, it's like, oh no, this nigga's over here. Like I told you, even with the certification shit, like, oh well, he's not here, but he's over here getting way better and about to make even more money from doing this over here. So, like it ain't got to be like a direct I'm shining on niggas, but I would say for the rejection part, the rejection only makes me strive that much harder. That's why, when we were having a conversation, a couple weeks ago about people within the government and stuff like that, I was like, yo, like, oh, you tell me like I got to get let go of, or we furloughed or whatever here. Okay, I'm gonna go get another opportunity and show you my value and show you how much doper I am. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't realize like, and this is almost like I want to say one of the topics, but it's almost like the depressive state being stuck in. And it's just like, yo, if you stuck believing all you can make is $55,000 a year, then that's all you gonna make. You know what I'm saying? So like you got to get out of this comfort zone of this is the only type of job I can do, or this is the only amount of money I can make. And like I said, with the rejection, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't get this opportunity. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go get this opportunity that's bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? And keep going at those and then figuring out the next steps to be like, if I'm quote unquote not qualified or blah, 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 then I'm gonna get myself qualified as quickly as possible to be in that position, even if it's a learning job. And I tell people all the time, like, get like whole certification and stuff like that. I really feel like that can be the wave to get people opportunities. And even if you, I don't want to say fuck off, but even if you don't have the experience yet to be within the roles, at least you can be considered, you know what I'm saying, based off of the criteria of or the rec that comes within that position. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get this. Now, okay, now I'm a certified Salesforce application architect. What could you do now? This warrants this type of salary. So you can't tell me I can't get this kind of bag now. Like it's no way in, like if I see, I mean, I get stuff all the time like, oh, 60 on W2, 70 on W2, 80 on W2, 90 on W2.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, like, why in the hell would I even consider 20 on W2 or 30 on W2 if I'm damn near rejecting 60 or 70 on W2? It's just like the rejection part makes me delve deeper into who I am. And one of the topics I was talking with Sid about was where do you think you were better at in your 20s, 30s, or 40s? And I was leaning towards now because I feel like I have a clear view of how to manage things, and I'm more comfortable with the management. So even without a job, with experience, without experience, relationship, no relationship, etc., I know how to maneuver through shit, and I know how to manage it a lot better than I did in my 30s and my 20s. But I do feel like I learned a lot in the 20s. But I would say, you say within the topic, the rejection part, I used to be a little bit more frustrated with the rejections than, because it was like, I mean, I was literally targeting. I was like, oh, I want to work for Nike. Oh, I want to work for ESPN. Oh, I want to work for this company. I was like, fuck them niggas. Like, I want to work for niggas that want to hire me. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I want to work eventually for myself. Or which, I mean, we've talked about shit. So it's just like I'm in that mind state now. It's like I don't need none of you niggas. Like I can, you know, and I've already kind of had that attitude. But I'm saying like none of you niggas like companies and shit. Like no, I can figure it out, you know, up here. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to qualify me to make sure that, you know, or you to accept me. And if you reject me, that only makes me not fuck with you even more. I'm like, oh shit, you ain't fucking me. Cool. All right, cool. Even like chicks and stuff like that. Oh, you reject me? Oh shit, I'm gonna get a better bitch. Like it just makes sense. Like oh no, I ain't gotta fuck with you. Like it's just weird. Like that's kind of my mentality on it. It's like, oh, you reject me, then I'm just gonna go even harder in this direction. But what about you?
See, me, it's my whole life is a rejection, right? Like I tell people all the time, I ain't supposed to be here. They put me in a box a long time ago. Where I'm from, I'm be born and raised in Muskegon, Michigan, all day, all way, right? And they expected me to be like everybody else. But like Tupac said, it's me against the world, and I'm coming. Like, because whatever you said that I can't do, I'll show you what I can do, and that's my number one thing that I tell people all the time. Don't tell me what I can't do. I mean, I ain't gonna tell you what don't tell me what you can't do. Show me what you can do, and that's my mantra because that's how I live. So if somebody don't want to hire me and it's because of this or that, like, oh, you've been arrested before for driving with suspended license. Guess what? I'll find a way to get that off. I'll find a way to keep moving because in my life, like I get a whole lot of those, right? And like we could just like the one thing that I realized is that I never got a rejection letter from college. Any college that I sent out, I applied to. I got
to all of them. Yep.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that people didn't get accepted to all of them. So that's why I was like, wait, I did have to do some actual work to get in GMI with my ACT score, but it wasn't a thing. I wouldn't have did it because you're not gonna tell me no when I know I can, right? When I got out of college and couldn't get a job, and I'm like, yo, you asking me if I have experience, but this is an entry level job, and you're not trying to give me experience. Where do I learn the experience? So now I gotta.
That's the biggest crack of shit ever.
But that's okay. I can go and create my own company, and then I can learn the hard way. Like I learned the hard way, and now I employ other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done that. Because I can say, hey, my mother was never supposed to be where she at right now. You know what I'm saying? But if she took them no's or she took what other people gave her, and I'm a firm believer, you get lemons, you make lemonade, and you sell it for 50 cents a cup. Or now it'd be what, $2 a cup. And then like man, Tupac said it best. And like I know a lot of people in the white man's world, he said, get my weight up and get my hate up. I'll pay them back when I'm bigger. I'm still thugging in this jail cell, missing my block. And and the reason why I always remember that, because they locked him up, told him that he wasn't gonna be told him like he got out of jail. When Eddie hit me up and was like, "Hey, Tupac out?" I said, "What? He got 4 years." How you get out? He was like, "Man, check it. He was on MTV. Like he already in LA. He signed a death row." I was like, "What?"
Listen, you know how sad, and not to pivot the conversation, you know how sad it is. I mean, it's impactful as well too. But just imagine, or just think, Tupac's career has been mostly associated to death row. I mean, I'm saying like movies and stuff like that. And Tupac was only on death row for 10 months. It's like, that's crazy to me. Like,
I mean, his whole career was only 5 years, right? He came
out.
Bro,
he came out. I still don't understand. Like, I still don't understand his process. But I did. I listened to Corrupt talked about it, and Daz talked about it too. He was saying how when the next one is up, they gave all the music to that person in the crew. Because they said technically, what's the name? Rage was up. You know what I'm saying? But this is how Corrupt explained it. He said Rage was up to be next because she jumped off the Snoop album, and then then she had Afro Puffs, whatever, from Above the Rim. So but she was taking her time. So then Dog Pound snuck in, did they shit, and then Dog Pound had Mind Made Up on it was supposed to make it on Dog Food, but for some reason Daz couldn't find the debt, so it got moved to Tupac, and then they took Inspect the Deck verse off of it. So that's how Mind Made Up came up, because Rage was supposed to be on that too, but then she used her verse on the I want to say it was on the Dog Food. I think it's like number 11 or something like that. But they said she used her verse on that album, so they took her verse off, and then just left the INS the Rebel part in there from Inspect the Deck. I've always wondered why that shit was in there. I don't know if you ever heard the actual full version, but honestly, I love Inspect the Deck, but it was not meant to be. Like,
it didn't flow. And listening to that album, listen to that first double album. It was disconjointed, but the tone of that album was what I feel like because man, I'm gonna tell you, I've been a Tupac fan since the first album, and You Got Me Trapped was the way I felt about Muskegon and living in the city, right? And that's what I wanted to do too with the lyrics, right? Because he said you got me trapped on the streets of delusion, living he put the essence of saying I'm not gonna I'm gonna give him hell, right? Then his second album,
Strictly for My Niggas.
Yeah, Strictly for My Niggas was the album where he was mad at the industry for lying to him, right? And I look at J. Cole's first album and the second Cole album, Born Sinner. I was like, yo, Born Sinner is his straight up Strictly for My Niggas.
See, I ain't like Strictly for My Niggas though.
I understand why you didn't, because it was like a whole.
It was loud.
It
was just loud. It wasn't like Tupac is Tupac, right? So you put Tupac over this beat, Tupac over this beat, Tupac is gonna be Tupac. Like, it ain't like he has one of the most distinguishable voices ever, but it was just loud. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I mean, like
everything was hit. Everything was like those stuff had stuff. Like Ice Cube and Ice-T was on that album, and it's just
it was like a Public Enemy album, but with Tupac. And I never really liked Public Enemy like that.
Oh, really?
But I like Tupac a lot.
I'm black vinyl, soul, rock and roll, coming like a rhino, tables turn, suckers burn to learn. Man, Def Jam, Tell Me Who I Am, The Enemy's Public. They really get, I used to.
I mean, it was cool, like I said, but it just, I wasn't really, I felt like that was.
Man, so when he said, motherfuck him and John Wayne, because I'm blocking
no.
that.
I mean, we
how
like
do you
that
feel
shit.
about that? How do you feel about that? Like, that's one of my favorite lines.
No. I'm saying I like songs from him, but like it's just like I feel like that era of hip hop, in my opinion, was around the time where I was more song driven than actual like listening to albums. Only album I like is 2 albums that I can say. Well, now I say 3. It's 3 albums that I can say I know damn near front to back. And it was albums that I listened to pretty frequently. Was DLC, No One Could Do It Better, NWA, Straight Outta Compton, and LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer. Like them albums, like it was you couldn't tell me nothing about them albums. Like I was listening to
I'm bad. I love Cool J. I'm bad too.
I'm bad. What was it? I'm bad. When the name of it, Bigger and Deffer?
Bigger and Deffer. Wait, what was the other one? Walking with a Panther?
Walking with a Panther was 88.
Yeah, so Bigger and Deffer was I'm bad. The one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one that had Candy on it. That's the one that had I Need Love on it.
Yep. Yeah. See, because I didn't like Radio was cool, but I like songs on it. But Bigger and Deffer, nigga, when Bigger and Deffer came out, nigga, like I still want a Kango I would buy a Kango just strictly off of that album alone. You know what I'm saying? Like LL was that dude. But them 3 albums, man, was so pivotal in like because I always tell people in with NWA, man, like NWA taught me how to treat women. And I say that as in no. I say that as in like everybody isn't a princess or a queen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like, back probably before then, nigga, I was fucking writing letters like, did you like me? Yes or no? Like after that, it was just like, shit, you either like me or you don't. Like it became a whole different animal fucking with the NWA. And I mean, Snoop didn't help, but like it got even worse with Snoop. Snoop. I don't even say the Chronic, but when Snoop came out, oh my God, it was a whole
Doggy Style.
Yeah, it was a whole different. It was all. Listen, I remember.
It ain't no fun.
Look. I remember on the NWA album. She said, we all said, fuck you, bitch, and kept
going. Everywhere we go, they say, damn.
The WUA's fucking up the program. And they acted like we don't care. We don't just say no. We just saying, yeah. About drinking straight out the 8 bottle. Do I look like a motherfucking role model to a kid looking up to me? Life ain't nothing but money. Like
I'm the type of nigga that's built to laugh.
That's some shit like they taught like not necessarily how to treat women, but it just showed that everybody isn't to be treated the same. You know what I'm saying? That was just pivotal for me as a child or whatever. And DOC was just so dope because like I didn't even realize it, but after listening to it, even getting older, I was like, damn, he ain't cursing at all. Like I think he might have I think the only song that really had curses in it was the last song.
Yeah, the final
finale. Finale. Yeah,
grand finale. Yeah.
Yeah, but that
was my album. I actually bought the album.
Mm-hmm. I remember I borrowed your tape, nigga. Like I remember, I remember having your. I remember we might have been together. I can't remember. I just remember being in the house, and that was Leahy. I remember being in the house, and I got home early from church, and I want to say you was with me, but I can't remember because it was your tape. But I remember playing that shit on my mom's like, and she was like, turn it down. Yeah, she's like, turn it down. Like she came in the house. But that was the album for me. Like,
but no, Sean, because you had this other song, right? You had this other album that you had before I even knew about it. 6 in the morning, police at my door, fresh.
I see.
Yeah, fresh to be the room. So yeah, like I had never heard Ice-T before, and that. So was that Tina who had that tape or what? Like
it was definitely one of them.
Oh, because I was like, yo, where you get this from? Like, yeah.
Look, I remember listening very quietly to Luke at the house. It was like, 1 and 1. We having some fun in the bedroom all day and all of the night. 2 and 2. I took off my shoes. I remember listening at very low in the house.
Now, man. So I'm gonna be like, so. With that being said, like, how did that make you feel? Like to me, I know I felt like it was intimacy with the music because I can listen to some of the stuff with my mom, but I can listen to some of the stuff and really flow with what was going on in my life, or like really just intersect and like what in the hell is going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what when you listen to it, like you said on low, what was going through? Like what was the process?
No, man, I'll say this. I think it was really being exposed to something that, of course, you're a kid, right? So it's not like we fucking or nothing like that.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
we
like
say kid, we was what, 13,
oh,
12?
with the Luke, that had to been younger. That was on Houston. So
Oh,
that
that was
shit
on.
should have been like 85. I'm trying to say we moved because Tom was born in 85. Yeah, so we moved, I think, in 88. No, it was probably later than it was 88, I think.
88, yeah, 88 was
Yeah.
when we moved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we was listening to it was at 85 to 88, somewhere around there, where was listening to Luke. But I just remember thinking like it wasn't a hey, it was being exposed to something, but it wasn't like I wanted to fuck. Like I was just listening to dirt. It's like listening to, I don't know, watching Delirious or watching Raw. Like I tell people all the time, I learned like about sex on Raw. You know what I'm saying? It's like a part on there where that nigga was talking about throwing his dick on the table. It's like it's a crap table and shit. He's talking about like, oh, give him a dick back, a skinny cockeyed bitch. Like, give him a dick back. And throwing his dick was like, oh shoot, fat buck too bitch. Give him a dick back. Then he said he threw his dick on the third time. He's like, oh shit, herpes, crapped out. And I was like, herpes? Like, what is so but yeah, man, it's like
Now that was 84. Raw was 84.
Raw was later. Delirious was
Raw
80.
was.
Yeah, Delirious was I remember watching Aunt Alice tape because Aunt Alice taped it on HBO. Back in the day that was HBO. That was like an HBO. It was in theaters. And it's crazy. It's still, I saw some stat. It's still one of the top selling stand-ups of all time. Like
Raw came out in 87. So Delirious came out in 84.
I think so. Dude was so young. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the documentary. But he was so, I knew this, but he was so young. Like he was on Saturday Night Live when he was 19. You know what I'm saying? Like
83. Delirious came out in 83.
Yeah, like I think didn't Too Short come out in 83?
The Too Short? No, I don't think he came out in 83, but I'll check it out.
It was 83, 84. Like Too Short was one of the first, like it wasn't no later than 85, because Too Short definitely came out, I want to say before LL, but I can't, like before radio.
Man. So his first album, Don't Stop Rapping, which I ain't have that one. I had the Ghetto. Don't Stop Rapping came out in 1983.
Yeah, I knew
October 24th of 1983.
Yeah, I knew it was funny. I got in an argument with Eddie's boy. I ain't gonna say his name. Got in an argument with this nigga. This nigga, we was in Philly. And mind you, I invited some chicks. Like we was in Philly, and I had invited some chicks that I went to school with. And I was like, "Hey, look, we over here. Let's go like grab Philly sandwiches and shit." So we all out in Philly for the Roots picnic. And somehow I don't know how we got on this topic, but he was like, "Yeah, MC Hammer came out before NWA." I was like, "No, he didn't." I was like, NWA was definitely before MC Hammer because NWA was making, well, Ice Cube was making fun of Hammer at one point in time, and that was on his solo career. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, I bet $50 that he didn't come out before them. And then this nigga like we looked it up on Wiki or whatever, and I knew it. Like I said, the NWA and the Posse came out I think 87. Then Straight Outta Compton was 88, but it was just like. But then like he saw that he had lost, and he was like, but he released mixtapes back then though. So I was like,
everybody want to. Those are people who can't be wrong, right?
Nigga, I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, just it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, but we bet. I was like, nigga, like nobody was out on the streets of Oakland copping. None of us was out on the streets of Oakland copping a Too Short. MC Hammer's mixtape. And 2, it's a mixtape. It's not an album. So, you know,
did they have mixtapes right there? I don't know. I mean, like in New York,
he was making this because of who I was to Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't. I was like, all right, man, you got it. Then nigga kept talking. I was like, all right, man, this is what I was like, I'm gonna go over there. Nigga, I walked down to the end of the end of the table and start talking to the chicks. And that nigga followed me and kept talking. I was like, bro, like, I'm over it. Like, I don't even want to talk about it no more. Like, why is this? I was like, man, dog, I was like, you're going through all of this to tell me that MC Hammer had a mixtape in 1987. Like, nigga, like, no. Like, and mind you, we were pretty young, but I felt like we were heavily into music though. So it wasn't too much. I mean, you know, from Yo TV Raps or Rap City went around back then, but you know, just what we could be exposed to from the music industry as far as rap, we were all in it. You know, so it wasn't like we knew when the MC Hammer came. Like I remember when MC Hammer came out, and that motherfucker was a problem. You know, like from Let's Get It Started to Too Legit to Quit. It was just I was like, because you had to Turn This Mother Out tape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Record.
Yeah, right. Oh, nigga, and I want to say that was probably like 80, 89 or 88. It might have been 88, but you know, I still remember you having it. You know what I'm saying? So and I knew it wasn't before NWA, you know. So
and you know the crazy part about that? I was getting these tapes and stuff, and my first album that I ever actually went to Camelot to go get. No, I think I went to Believe in Music and got that first Mary J. Blige album, What's the 411. That was the first album that I remember on my own going to get. But I acquired these albums that I had because like I always wanted to be a DJ. I always wanted to, like my passion for music was about being like putting people on and be like, yo, listen to this. Like, cause like I'm gonna tell you, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall and in the back of my mind. When I first heard that line, I was like, dang, you can be in love and rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was pivotal for music. Like that song, like that literally showed the bound, like on like if you can make it equivalent to 21 Questions or it's still him, but Hey Lover, or you know, like it literally was. I mean, you can't say no Snoop records, but you know, like everybody had like kind of a song about like hell, One More Chance. You know what I'm saying? Like it was literally the finding the balance with the women. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
I mean, but Heavy D was a lot like that because he's like but Heavy D had a couple songs that was like that, and it introduced rap to R&B. It seemed to me like because like after that, you was able to mix the R&Bs with rap, like because like that song was like, yo, it ain't all about like it was a soft spoken word, but like I remember I was like, dang, that song. Dog.
Yeah, that song was pivotal to music in general. Like LL don't get the respect, even though I thought, you know, Cannabis if Cannabis wasn't Cannabis, like LL wouldn't have been able to survive that second round knockout. That second round knockout was very vicious. But outside of that, like LL was consistently like he's still a GOAT to me. Like he doesn't get mentioned when you talk about the top artists, but LL is literally like the GOAT. Like I said, the only issues that I've ever seen him have within music that he didn't really, in my opinion, knock a nigga out, even though he did it career-wise, was Cannabis. Like that second round knockout, but then Cannabis didn't back it up, you know, so it just didn't work out for him well. But other than that, man, it was like LL was that dude. Like LL had I didn't really like Walking with a Panther, but then Mama Said Knock You Out was a good album. But then I didn't like 14 Shots to the Dome. But then I like Mr. Smith. You know, like LL kind of, you know, he was he was making music consistently throughout all like our childhood, you know.
Okay, so who's the better actor, LL or Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Whoa. Why? Because they only give LL the same part?
LL only plays LL. Yeah. He's good at playing himself. I ain't gonna deny that, but no, LL. I feel like part of that was ego to LL, and that's cool. But it's just like LL could have been a better actor. You know, like I mean, like even when that nigga what was that movie where he stuck that nigga in the ass with the pool stick?
Into Deep.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Like I remember like he had me believing that he was that dude. You know, so you can see like he had like he could act when he wanted, but you know, most of the time he was just playing himself. Like Will can, like we saw Will starting out to where he got to, you know, and even I think Will is still a good actor. He just, I don't know, he kind of just, I don't know, I want to say fell off, but he kind of just he lost the energy behind being Will Smith. I ain't gonna say that he lost his ability to act. He lost the momentum of being Will Smith. Like Denzel still carries that. Like Denzel carries that. Denzel's fucking 70, I think 71. You know what I'm saying? And like nigga, people still want Denzel in their movie. They talking about he casted for the next Black Panther and shit. It's like, like I was like, is Denzel just gonna play Denzel in Black Panther? But I'm cool with it. You know, like
I mean, but like even Juan Carlos Esposito, like I think he is that, like he plays all these different roles, and like he just fits like he's culturally bland at times, right?
So like, oh, you talking about Gus Fring?
Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad.
That nigga could act though. That nigga's dope. That nigga had me believing like Gus was real. Like nigga, I rewatched Breaking Bad. I'm like, God, but you know what? Everything from Breaking Bad, like that was kind of like another launch to his career, like another, like, because I mean that dude was in what video game he was in? Was it Borderlands? He was in some video game damn near as himself. He's in it. I can't remember the name of the video game, but he's in there as like, I mean, he's not playing Juan Esposito, but he, you know, he's playing damn near Gus Fring in the video game or whatever. Or I'm gonna look it up. I'm trying to think of the video.
I mean, but remember, he was gonna do the right thing when my man stepped on his Nikes. Like, dog, you stepped on my Nikes.
Mm-hmm. See, I've always hated him when he was boning old girl.
On Mo Better Blues.
No, in Fresh.
Yeah.
She was like underage and shit. It was his sister. It was old boy's sister and shit.
Yeah.
But ever since, you know, think about it. Back then, like we used to think like actors were, not say who they are, but that's how they, like we'll always call, you know, Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton. Like he's gonna be Carlton forever, and it's like if Carlton plays another role, they're gonna be, oh man, look at Carlton.
Yeah. I mean, so you always see Wesley Snipes as Nino Brown?
As who?
Nino Brown?
Nah, so he's a little bit different. It's a different range. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, say for instance, what's the name? Jaleel White. He's always gonna be Urkel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, I don't know.
He got typecast, and typecast is what he is, right? Yeah. Even though he was smooth Stefan, because the dude was smooth as Stefan. Like, you can't tell me that dude was cool. Yeah.
But can you imagine you can't get a movie or a TV show just because you're just Urkel? You know what I'm saying? Kind of happened to Theo. I mean, even though they had the Malcolm and Eddie, but it just wasn't it. And the name of the game was Far Cry 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember Far Cry.
Yeah, but he's on the cover of the game. Like I was like, damn, like this nigga got a video game. And did you know, random fact, that what's his name in Living Single, the dude with the dreads?
Max. No, Max was the girl he was kicking it with. But yeah. I know who you're talking about.
But did you know that he's the bad guy on God? What's the name of it? God, what's the video game? God something. God of War.
God of War, the Omega, yeah.
Yeah, he's a voice actor. He's a voice actor for every God of War game. I was like, damn.
I didn't know that, but
yeah, somehow I found out. Like, I was like, damn, that's interesting. How much time we got?
We got about. I'm gonna have to do a hard stop in a minute anyway, so we got about 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. No, I didn't want to go over time. Now I'll pull this part out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the bad guy on all the God of Wars.
Okay. All right. What is his name on the show though? It's
I'm about to pull him up. Living scene God of War. Carl Barker.
Kyle. That's it. Kyle.
Yeah, T.C. Carlson.
That's his real name, right?
Damn, he was Mace Windu in Star Wars too.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, shit, get your voice acting money, nigga. Like, I do it.
Yeah, but he got range. So, like you said, when you talk about people with range, he got range because I always see him. Like, I watch this show on, I think it's the Boomerang Network. It's a black network that be on regular TV.
Okay.
But they got this show called Brothers. I'll be trying to find stuff to watch sometime, and he plays on that show as a cook, and he's a damn good cook because he gets almost that British sounding stuff, right? So, like, yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, do you watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, I do.
Man, you see that whole ass shit? These motherfuckers go release the day before Thanksgiving, the day of Christmas, and New Year's Eve.
What?
I literally recorded a video. I was watching college watched the new Rockstars video when they do like the little breakdowns of the show, but they break down all the show. Typically, most of the shows I watch, but yeah, they releasing. Well, they already did the Thanksgiving or the day before Thanksgiving release.
So that was four. They released four
episodes. They released 4 episodes, then 4 on Christmas, and then 1 on New Year's Eve.
Oh, they're gonna make me not watch it until the end. Like I already watched the 4. That was all.
Yeah, same. I watched the 4 too. It was pretty good. I'm glad Will stopped being a bitch and stepped up and shit.
And embraced his connection.
Yeah, that nigga's like, yo. Fuck these niggas. Y'all ain't about to kill. You ain't about to kill my peoples. Shit. Yeah, that shit was dope. Like, but it's crazy. All them niggas look old, bro.
Man, that's what I was telling my. She was like, they was looking older. I was like, no, they all look shaven now. And like my man Will look like Harry Potter to me. So I was like, no, he is straight up Harry Potter in it. So
man. Them niggas look damn near older than the Demigorgons and shit.
But I will say that the action actor ratio was pretty good in here. I appreciated that it wasn't long drawn out times where it wasn't action, right? And I'm still trying to see where old girl in the hospital gonna come back. Like how she gonna come back?
Yeah, Max.
Yeah.
Wait, but you saw she was in. Well, you talking about like is she stuck in upside down, like with her?
Is that the upside down world where she getting stashed at? Where Holly is stashed at? Is that the same?
Yep.
Well, why it don't have no ash, or why is it like where is that? I thought it was like some other dimension.
Because no, he literally enclosed the upside, like that whole little wall is the enclosure of. It's like his. What do you call it? A safe space, I guess, if you, for lack of better words. But like literally, he enclosed it off from the rest of the world to make it look that good for Holly. Which is weird though. But I don't know. But
so I got a problem with him. What is he putting in these people? Like, what did he put in Will that made him think that Will was so weak that he could do this to everybody?
Well, they was just saying he was some weak ass niggas. Like all the kids, some weak ass niggas. But they were like, I watched this behind this breakdown of it, and it was saying how, because essentially what L has, like from he's number 1. So from number 1 or from Vecna, he put in L technically what he put in Will. So that's why Will has some powers, but it's weird with Will's powers because Will wasn't, trained like L and all that stuff. So, but they said like Will's powers is more driven based off of how close he is to the upside down versus like L just has the power. It doesn't matter where she at. So
I mean, but the whole way that it looked like he just how he fed William the stick, right? I was like, yo, like, and then like how he feed these other children the stick. It just seemed like, hey, like this, maybe he shouldn't have went through the mouth. Maybe he should have like held him up and like went to the brain or something, like, because like that to me looked like he put this finger in everybody.
No, so this is stuff I hate sometimes about TV shows, and don't get me wrong, I definitely, outside of them being fucking middle aged, like I loved every part of these last 4 episodes. But the one thing I really hate about these TV shows is like, say for instance, Vecna. Vecna came in. It's like, bro, he fucking up everybody. Why didn't he just continue fucking up? Like, why did he leave Will there to not be fucked up? Like, he should have literally killed all of them. Like, he shouldn't have said, let me have the Demogorgons go back, take the kids, and then come back and try to kill him. Like, Vecna could have killed him. Vecna had Will. So it's just like, well, like, why are y'all, like, that's the bullshit that sometimes I hate about television. Like, he could have literally took all them niggas out at once. Like, a nigga came through motherfucking Debo and shit. Like, yo.
I think they did that because he was looking at them as insignificant, and that was an issue.
It was killing military niggas though. Like, you can.
Yeah, but he was like, yo, if I can kill these people, they can shoot me and do all this, and it's still not like, I'm not worried about y'all. Y'all just wait for me to come back and continue to fuck up everybody. Because to me, the whole show then turned into almost like an It situation. And I do watch the.
You watch Welcome to Derek?
Yeah. That's
dope as fuck. That shit is dope as fuck. I've been antsy for the next episode. Like, this shit need to hurry up and come on, type of shit. Like, that shit is good as fuck. Like, I'm gonna send you. I don't know if you ever watched the new Rockstars breakdown, but they break down each episode. And man, like, I watch that shit on a regular. Like, I watch every breakdown and I watch the show like usually the night of. Like, that shit is fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? Like. When that hand was behind the head with the pickles and shit, like, nigga, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
and when my man got lost in my man's mind, and then he like,
oh, Harlan, man, that dude is a motherfucker, man. Like, Harlan was like, yeah, I can do whatever, and then nigga was like, nah, nigga, I'm controlling this shit. So
open the box. Open the box. Don't open that box. That box.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I remember watching the first episode, it's like, and I was watching the intro, and I was like, damn, this shit is about to get, graphical. Like, with the baby and shit. Yeah, and then they was riding in the car and shit, and that shit was fucking weird. I was like, ooh, I think I like it.
I would have jumped out of that car so quick, dog. Why he even, like, I was like, you playing, dog. I would have. Yeah, I don't even know how you get.
Yeah,
like, when the 2 kids was in the car doing the little crazy stuff with the liver, like,
just in there eating liver and shit. This bitch started having a fucking Demogorgon right in the fucking car and shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. So to me, it's seeming like he living off fear, and I think that fear is what keeps him growing too. Yeah. So like that's why I feel good. Like it'd be, but
you watch the movies, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So
but no, I'm talking about. I'm talking about
Vecna.
Thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think the reason why he does leave him is so they can warn everybody and get them scared about what's to come.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. No, I just then I'm like, bro, you could have literally killed everybody right there, and then you got the kids. You go have the power. Like, these kids have been fucking with you for like 5 seasons. Like,
yeah. They're not kids no more. So that's how bad it is, right? But again,
been fucking you since 2016, nigga. Well, 1983, whatever. In their time, whatever. I'm like, nigga, you need to just kill these niggas and keep it moving. But
what I'm so concerned about is that they're not even tripping about going in the upside down world. I'm like, no, Do you not know that this is like, it could be toxic to you 20 years later? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Look, so, and I know we're about to drop, but it was one part in there that I was so lost in, and I was like, did I fall asleep on that part? But it was a part where they were talking to Hop, and he was like, yeah, we over here. He was like, how do you get over there? And it's like, yeah, we drove in here, and I don't remember them crashing into the wall. And
they just drove through. They drove through that hole that the one demon god that he had took over, and my man hit with the car.
Oh, okay. Maybe I dozed off on that part. I'm like, how in the hell? Like, I just look at and then the car is just in the wall and shit. So
yeah. He drove that mud through because they was like, stop. He was like, no, I think I can do it. I would have stopped. I would have been like,
yeah, I'm not going into the upside down.
No, I mean, even if he didn't, like, you ran into a building. Like, I ain't got my seatbelt on. No, like, yeah. So if you rewind that part, like, they be worried about him really driving through that stuff, and they was like, yo, I don't think we're gonna make it. He's like, I got it. And that dude, yeah. But okay, Sean, what word you want to leave on today?
Oh man, just I always like this, man. Do what you want to do in life. Don't waste time, because time come at you fast. I mean, you know, like, it's a lot of people on the other side. Like I said, Deion Cole said, hey man, you only got so many summers left. Like, nigga, like, just go do what you want to do, and don't waste time. Don't listen to other people. If you want to do something, just ball out and go and get it. If it don't work out, then shit, at least you try it. What about you?
Man, I'm still on Tupac, and Tupac on that on Strictly for My Niggas. He had I got a head with ain't no screws in it. He said, "Fuck Arsenio, fuck the radio, but you don't hear me though." And I really wish people would understand exactly what he was saying.
Cool.
If anybody standing in your way, don't even worry about them. Just push through. Consistency is how you get through. Like, I know self-doubt is a mother, but at the end of the day, the only person slowing you down is yourself. Keep going.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you all for listening to the Reality Not Podcast with your boy DJ Reality and your boy Brian Clancy from Nothing New Under the Sun. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.